Kids are like so uncensored. It's insane.
It's like the wildest shit
Like,
you've
you
ever
know,
heard.
Like, at least when I was younger, like if somebody threatened to call my parents, like I was okay.
Do it.
I get out of here.
Like for them, like that's the best case scenario because they just
Call
get
my
to
parents,
go
bro.
home.
Welcome back, B Tier Pod.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys haven't already, click that like button, subscribe button, all that good stuff down low. Today we got Trey.
Hi, I'm Trey.
He's Trey. He's got an awesome shirt on. I love it.
Thanks.
got too silly.
That's funny.
It's my
and then-
girlfriend's shirt. We both work with kids, so
Yeah, that's awesome. And then we got Phil, and we got Jeff, and then
Just
we got
good enough,
me.
guys.
Just good enough.
Yeah, I never introduced really. Like that was kind of a weird thing actually that we just did there.
Yeah, that was the first time in a while.
if
Yeah.
it looked kind of natural though, honestly.
Yeah.
Did it though?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I got nervous there for a moment. I was like, I don't have any whiskey in me yet, so I can't
This
really.
is off script.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole thing's off script.
Yeah,
But
actually, the entire pod is not even a script. I've never
Yeah.
written before, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
even know.
This
but-
nice thing is your thumbs out of you decided to take your cast off for the day.
yeah,
Nice.
it was starting to give my joint down here it just hurt to have it held in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
So
I hear you, man.
Swapped it out.
I've worn those too. They suck. They're not fun.
no.
Yeah, last time I broke anything, I had to put these two fingers into a cast.
Mm.
It was all the way down, and I had a splintered part of my bone on the left, or all the way down on the right side
Shit.
of my left arm.
Right.
That's brutal.
It was bad. It was
Doing
bad.
what?
It was 8th grade. I've not broken a
Sad
bone in a long
shit.
time, so knock on wood. Honestly, there's solid wood below us. But no, 8th grade football practice, and it was a kid who was probably about yay high, full on,
Steam.
dude. He was running just as fast as a locomotive, and he jumped up in the air and tackled me in the air.
Damn.
This guy was lateral to the ground,
He's Superman, your man.
Yeah, I got
Spear.
Superman tackled.
Right? You're going Goldberg on you.
He came in with a spear.
I got hit pretty bad, right? So I get up, I limp a little bit. I'm like, all right, I got one more play in me, right? And then, next play, I get hit again by somebody else, pretty lightly, because it's practice. You're not really supposed to go that
The other
hard.
guy didn't know that though.
Yeah, no.
No whistle.
He can barely speak
No
English,
whistle.
to be honest. But yeah, so next play I got hit kind of lighter, and then I was just like, Coach, I think something's wrong, right? I'm limping off. I got no arms, and then he's like, all right, you can go ahead and sit this play out, So I
Coach.
I sit down and I passed out immediately, and he's just all right, what
shit.
happened, And then next thing I know, he's like, yeah, we're gonna get you probably to go home, and I was like, all right.
It's the most coach answer ever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I called your parents.
We called your
sir.
parents. They're on the way.
Yeah. I was like, thank you. I don't know what happened. And then, we went, I got my x-ray, and then it was broken in 2 or 3 spots down here. And then
Oh,
both of these
shit.
fingers, this finger had to get basically stitched into this hand because of how bad it was, it was just locked in, and pinky kind of healed, and then everything else down here healed, but
Damn.
Holy shit.
Damn.
That's brutal. I've
8th
not broken
grade,
a bone.
Yeah,
Not yet. Yeah, not
Never?
yet.
Never? You've never broken a bone?
Nope.
Oh man, okay. I have a couple more,
That's
but
holy fuck, that's a
Mhm.
gruesome first one. That's the
oh,
first
that
one?
was my last one.
Oh, I thought that was the first one.
no,
you ever
my
got.
oh man, no, I've broken this arm again too. I was playing tag with my stepbro at the time and my stepmom, and I got the crazy idea to go up to the top of the slide and then jump over. And I don't know if you've ever been to, I think it's Erickson Park or it's the one on Cass Street. I can't think of it right now.
I think you're right. I think
But,
it's right.
I think that's Erickson. Yeah.
There's a half slide that's not really a slide, and then it just goes down to the other side of the park, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And I jumped on top of that and then slipped, hit my balls on it, rolled off of it, and then smacked as hard as I did on my left arm. That one I got up and I was like, oh, I'm fine, I'm good.
Yep.
And then you know, it didn't really hurt that bad. And then the next day, I was like, okay, mom, mom, my arm hurts, okay, and my balls. And she's like, what do you mean, and your balls?
What do you mean?
I was like, no, my arm is like probably broken. I can like, you know, I'm like limp wristing it already. And she's like, okay, fine, we'll go in. And yeah, that one was just broken like here. Like one
shit.
spot, kind of slight fracture, but you know, nothing too crazy. But you know, I've had probably worse injuries than that one that are like not when you break a bone. Have you guys ever like hit your head really, really hard?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what
So
we're all
like
here.
brain damage. And then I woke up on the pod. Yeah. But you know, like I remember one time I was young. We had like every kid up, you know, in the neighborhood, and we were all skiing, snowboarding, or not even skiing, but just snowboarding down like our little baby hill in the backyard. A couple sledders going around. And one of my buddies was like bringing up a snowboard, right? And he had just taken it off of his feet and like walked back up the hill. And I was already sledding down full speed, and I got hit in the head by a snowboard.
Ooh, man.
Like gushing
brutal.
blood everywhere. There's blood all over the snow behind me, and my buddy's just like, "Oh my god!" My buddy at the top of the hill is like, "Dude, I think you killed him." You know, and yeah, that one hurt. You know, I went back home like right away. You know, like all of them were like, "Dude, you're gonna die!" Like, you know, there's just like gushing blood. I had like a huge gash here. You know, couldn't quite see like the, you know, like the skull and bone, but oh man, it was deep. And that one was just like a couple stitches. But I think we overreacted, but it was bad. It hurt, you know, like the adrenaline on me. I was like looking behind me. I'm like holding my head. There's blood everywhere. I had to take my gloves off because of how bloody they were, you know. But that one was fine. I ended up okay, you know, just one podcast later, and then, you know, I was back in it, you know.
Man, that's brutal. I tried skiing and snowboarding once. It's like, I'm just going to stick to, at the time I was just playing paintball, so I'll just stick to shooting people. That's a lot more fun. I can keep both feet on the ground.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, skiing and snowboarding, like, I liked water skiing.
That's insane. I've never water skied.
Oh man, dude, it's hard.
It looks hard.
It's hard.
It's all core. Yeah.
But you know, I stuck with it more than once. I definitely fell down a lot. That was one thing about it. Like the first time you get up, you face plant pretty hard usually, and it hurts. Like you scun up
Get
everything in
whiplash
front
right
of you.
away,
It's,
just
it's
slap
like
the
hitting,
water, you know.
It's like hitting like a cannonball, but you like forget to do the cannonball. And then you just like fun time. You know, you're going 60 miles an hour. No big deal. You know, you just skirt off the water a little bit. Like
That's how Phil dies, because he doesn't know how to swim.
That sounds majestic as fuck.
yeah, that's how it all ends. Yeah.
I'll
But
just
then,
stick to tubing. Tubing's fun for me, man. I can set on my
I'll,
keys
I'll
and
do
just
that.
pull.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
you should really try like wakeboarding.
Yeah.
That is fun.
I was 20 years younger. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the
There's
knees
always
are what
time
they
to
used to
No,
be.
no, my knees are
There's
not what they
always
used to be.
time to learn.
I'm too old to be
These
that
knees
dumb.
ain't the same knees, I swear.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and pour this lovely drink, gifted to you, gifting myself to me now. Dexter.
As he makes
The
passionate
drink.
eye
I wouldn't
contact
have
with
it any
you.
other way.
Thank you. I appreciate you donating the gift to the pod.
So was this a recommendation, or is this something you guys had before?
It's something that I've had before, and I don't think anybody else has.
I
Nope, I have not either.
never heard of it.
There we are. And you can, it's your gift, so you can pour as heavy as you want.
We won't go too.
But you gotta save some for me too. So. I'm kidding. Because you also brought Jefferson's AZC.
Oh man,
It's
such a
me
tasty
and-
beverage.
Me and Jeff were just
Oh,
talking
and
about
you took
before
the
the
you
pod.
took the label off, so because like the label that'll stick
like a
has it-
certified.
it's a certified sticker on there, but it tells you the story and where that cask went through.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I read it before. I lost it. I tried to keep it. I probably threw it
He
away by
framed it in his
accident.
room. He's lying.
The story behind it.
I just don't want to flex it.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to know. This is for me. Oh man.
But no, yeah, definitely give it a try.
Yeah.
It's good.
Oh, I don't think he's ever had Aged at Sea, so like he needs to have like at least like a little bit of a lick of it after this awesome one. I'm sure this is gonna be good too. I'm like excited. A little lick, a little finger, you know, a little drinky poo. What is it like, Trailer Park Boys?
Just a little drinky poo.
Just a
Yeah.
drinky poo.
I am the liquor.
Stumbling down the stairs.
Rest in peace, a legend.
Dude, I'm so that is one of like I wish that show never got canceled.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
you have to cancel it after something like that.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Trailer
Like-
Park Boys? I swear it hasn't died yet. They're still keeping on doing more videos.
Yeah.
They're always doing something with it.
They are doing like a stage tour still, but it's
Really?
like so they do live shows. They got like
I know
everybody
they
in
have the
there.
animated one too, and that was crazy.
I forgot they tried
There's an
that.
episode where like I think it's the first episode, they like take a bunch of mushrooms and it's just fucking insane.
Oh, that's probably how they introduce it. Yeah. That's funny.
Whoever writes that, man,
Yeah, an animated show is like safe too because you can get different people to do voicing and they could just keep that show forever. It's like Rick and Morty, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Like, despite everything that happened there.
Rick is well, I don't know what's going on with that one, so I'm sure Hollywood forgive him. It's like, here you go.
Yeah, that was a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Keeping Hooker in his basement.
Let's cheers to new friends, new people in the pod.
Yeah. To Trey.
Because- To Trey, yeah, silly goose, you with your shirt.
Wow.
I like that.
Spicy right off the front, right off the gate. I like it though.
Very calm. It's like it's not very aggressive. I think it's
Yeah,
that cherry wood. The cherry wood and the maple wood, I think it does something with the chemistry with it to kind of create a nice earthy tone to it. But with that cherry, lightens it all up, so you get a little bit of heat in the beginning and just smooths on the back there. It's like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd give that one. I'll give that one a 4.
I like how it kind of like goes up and then just
Yeah,
like
dude.
it tapers off, and I like that right away. Yeah.
yeah, definitely a sipper.
Oh yeah.
Oh for sure.
Oh yeah. Hair on the chest, you know.
That reminds me like a Booker's. The Booker's is pretty aggressive, very very spicy.
Yeah. I forget that one, but I know somewhere in the back of my brain it's happened before, you know.
I don't think we've ever. I don't. Have you ever had Booker's before? Because I know we haven't had. I've had it before, but we haven't had it together.
You remember that like bald eagle one that we had that was like
Eagle.
Lust Claw?
Yeah,
Lusty Claw?
Lusty Claw. That's
Yeah.
a tasty one.
That
Never
one.
heard of that
That's
one.
what this
Yeah,
reminds
you
me
can
of.
pick it up at Woodman's for right around that $40 price point.
Yeah. I remember that. So me and Jeff's favorite bottle that I think we've ever finished is the TX bourbon.
Yeah, out of Texas, man. That was him and I polished
had
that
a-
bottle on the pod.
We had a 2-hour like live stream pod and we were done with
turned
the
to-
bottle. That was almost like going into a flow state is what people call that, but I think it's just blackout, you know? Like
There's where all the red flags started.
yeah, we got banned very shortly after that.
Oh man, that was a good
We're back
bottle.
in new form now, okay?
Yeah.
All right, this is a random question, but if you guys could renew one TV show that was already canceled, what would it be? We'll go with Trey.
Man, a TV show I really love. I don't know if you ever heard of the show Psych.
Oh, okay. Yeah, is that the one with like the scrub guys in it?
No.
Oh, it was on
Oh,
USA.
okay.
It was the two guys like he was a mentalist,
Yeah.
so but it was hilarious.
Yeah, he was a fake psychic.
Okay.
So that's why it's like called Psych, because like Psych, he's not a real psychic, and he worked for like this police department.
Mm-hmm.
I just grew up watching it. I love that show a lot.
All right. That's a good answer. How about you, Phil?
I don't know if I have one.
It's hard.
Like,
That's a
right.
tough question. Especially like I've just seen so much shit, and then I've forgotten a lot of shows also.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, then it's like, what's been canceled? You know what I mean? Like, I have to think about
Trailer
it. Like,
Park Boys, you know?
like
I
that's
just
a
haven't
good,
thought
that's
of
a
show
good
that's,
one, but
ended
like,
before- that's-
like
and that I know is already done.
Yeah.
right.
Ooh.
Firefly, Jericho.
Ooh, Firefly would be mine. Firefly is awesome.
Firefly's yours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
Firefly's
mine.
a great show.
It just got fucked in the ratings because they always kept on moving around and bouncing back and forth, and it's one of Haas Whedon's one of his sleeper ones that are pretty badass. And they came up with the movie in 2005, which is pretty solid to tie up some loose ends, but they could have redone it, but now they're all too old to do it. Like they needed to do it.
He's a real fan.
Yeah, they should have done like 2006.
so
like we're not.
it's
We're
I
not
believe that's his answer.
It's the guy from Castle. I forget his name.
Nathan
Nathan.
Fillion, yeah.
Nathan. Okay. Yeah. So it's like he's gotten better roles since that show. But it's like an old western. It's kind of like The Mandalorian almost.
Yeah, but it's like,
like
but
a
they speak
sci-fi
Chinese though, so
Western.
it's like they're already predicting the future because Haas Whedon was
sounds
like
wild.
the Chinese
It
would
is
take
pretty
up, and you have
cool.
the
It is pretty
and you would
cool.
have the Federation. So you have the Chinese Federation.
You have an answer.
I think I'd reboot Whammy.
Whammy.
Yeah,
Family.
like no whammy, stop. Like
Oh,
the game
the
show.
game
Oh,
show, dude.
Yeah,
Stay at home sick special.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
an
Home
easy
Improvement.
thing.
Like that was what I watched when I was.
That was a great one too.
Oh, when
Well,
you're
Tim
sick,
Allen's coming
you're
back with
feeling-
Kat Denning with another one too, and it's like it's got like a little bit of the conservative views with the daughter that screwed up that came home with the
It
with
could
the
be
two
good.
with
It
the
could
two
be
kids.
good.
It could be pretty
good.
solid.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
yeah, Home Improvement was pretty legit.
Whammy's
That's a good one.
Such a
Whammy's
good
such a
show.
Whammy's a good answer. Oh man, yeah, I think I would say Jericho. And
Mhm.
I don't know, it's post-apocalyptic. There's like a bunch of nukes that go off. They're trying to figure out like who sent the nukes, and it ends up being this whole wild like conspiracy.
It's kind of like
and-
Fallout kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like Fallout in a way. It's like how do you survive a nuclear winter or whatever, all that. So it is like intense.
Have you guys
Um,
seen Mindhunter on Netflix? It was on only for 2 seasons, the 2018, 2019.
No.
It was really, really well done, and it was basically the SV or what is it, to Criminal Minds, but the OGs, like they were rewinding it back to the 70s. And there's like the two people that started everything. They were basically playing that, and they ended season 2 with the Atlanta Monster, and then they're gonna roll, and it's like then they're gonna continue into the season and then into season 3. But the pandemic happened and just kind of lost all of the momentum.
I
it
think
had.
we need to reboot Cops too. Or
I think that's
Live PD.
America's
Yeah.
Most Wanted. Like we need to bring that back.
America's
Like
Most
we need to bring
Wanted.
that
That
back.
shit used to be fire.
Like,
honestly.
right.
Yeah, right.
Oh
It's like, why am
man,
I looking for this middle-aged man right now?
I'm invested. Every week a new criminal.
If they're close, why not?
Yeah.
This week, I almost won Hunter Biden.
Yeah, but we have Amber Alerts for that one. Okay, we could just go hunt those people if we need to.
Dude, that's the scariest alarms ever. Too.
Oh, I know. Middle of the night, it's like 3 a.m. This guy's
God.
killed 4 women.
Chris Hansen's back on the game
Like,
too.
94. Like, oh God, where's 94?
Yeah, Chris Hansen's back at it again. Yeah, he's got his own show and stuff like that. I see.
Nice.
But it's like it's kind of funny. Like he was talking because I follow him on TikTok. He does little shorts, stuff like that, for everything like that. And one of the shorts was he was talking about, like, usually every once in a while we're gonna run into somebody that somebody knows somebody from the show. And sure enough, it was like one of the key grips on the show. One of the people that he knew from way back that he shows up, walking that door. It's like, all right, have a seat, have a seat. Here comes the handcuffs.
We've talked before.
Yeah, it was talking about like you could.
Why don't you go over here and have a seat, sir? Like,
Don't enough to fall for it twice. Like, come on, man.
the same
Well, now
13-year-old girl
YouTubers
was
just find them
texting
and
him.
just like beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Dude, the live streamers that are just going around beating up people.
And they're just like shaving their heads in public. Like, it's just
Yeah,
insane.
part of me is like, that's like is funny and it's like good to see. But then a part of me knows that like they'll never go to jail now. Like they, you know,
Right.
because you can't really make a case without like having direct evidence. It's almost got to be like, you know.
Wait till they roll up on the wrong motherfucker. Like, oh, yeah, pop, pop, pop. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Mhm.
Just
like, right, like,
Getting live shot on stream.
Like,
that would,
right,
that
like-
would be good content. Like,
or the CIA.
why
makes
are
this
we
all
not
up
coming up with that? Like,
I'll take one for the team.
yeah, Phil, we gotta go.
Or
We gotta
have
send you
have
in.
a cartel
We're like the
influenced one.
Impractical Jokers. We're like behind the scenes. We're like, Phil, you gotta go talk to that guy. Yeah,
you gotta
that's the
run
one.
through this.
You gotta play Russian roulette.
3 bullets in the chamber. Okay, 3 bullets.
That's the nice biggest.
Oh man, that was the first video that came across my feed in the year 2025. Was a guy literally rolling 3 dice in a Russian roulette game and handing it over to his wife after he didn't shoot after 2 trigger pulls. Couldn't tell you if it was fake or not. It's probably CGI or AI or something, but that guy was gonna kill his wife, dude. Like, I hope he knows that.
Click, click. Hey,
There's
here we
only
go.
2 players in the game, and you put 3 bullets in, man. I'm not saying they're low there, okay? Like, but then I saw that happen too. There was like a girl who got killed by her husband because of like child custody or something like that. That happened like, well, now it would be a couple months ago by the time this airs, but it happened like 2 days ago, guys. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, and now she's dead, and he's going to prison forever. So now,
No kid. Yeah, now the
dude.
kid's in
I don't
CPS's
understand the
hands,
thinking.
and
Yeah, it's usually always one
We'll
extreme to
probably
the
end up
other. It's like
beating
if,
them.
if a guy's losing everything, they'll kill themselves because they lost everything, or they'll kill their wives. And it's like, well, no, nobody gets the kids.
it's like, well,
it's a win-win, really. Try not to think about it, I guess, too much. Nah. But it's been already a crazy start, and I can't wait. Dude, like, because when this airs, it'll be like Christmas in July by then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know,
pretty close.
like,
yeah.
it'll be, yeah.
And the good
we'll be,
news
like,
is
halfway through the
Justin
year.
Trudeau walking, getting asked to resign. So it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see what happens. So hopefully between now and in 5 months, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So one of my buddies, he's from Canada, and they can't buy handguns up there, right? They're like not allowed to buy a handgun. So my American bitch ass, of course, would do this. I showed him my screen on Discord, and I was like, "Oh, dude, watch me buy these like Glock parts." Unserialized handgun getting shipped right to my house. Like, I thought it was pretty funny.
that's great.
Look what I can do.
Yeah.
Hey, look what I can do.
Can you try that at home?
He's stewarding them.
Yeah.
Look what I can do.
Yeah. Hopefully Canada's like the 51st state by now. I don't know. I can't tell you the future, but it
We
might
only hope.
happen.
Get rid of that border crosses.
We'll
we
get
can have some
Greenland
caribou,
back.
some moose.
We'll have Panama back. We'll be good to go. I was watching Tom Cruise's American Made last night. You ever seen that movie? Anybody
I've
in
not,
there?
but I've heard it's pretty
It is
good.
awesome. It is such a good movie. So Tom Cruise, he like is a just like a pilot, right? CIA approaches him. They're like, "Oh, hey, like we found out you were smuggling cigars from Cuba. Here's another plan you can do, right?" So they offer him a job with like the IAC, right? CIA backwards or whatever. And it is for taking photographs of like army movements in South America. And long story short, he ends up meeting Pablo Escobar. And it just goes from there. That's like where the story picks up, right? Based on a true American story, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he starts like drug smuggling, makes a bunch of money. It's kind of like a Wolf of Wall Street, but like, you know, for the CIA smuggling crack in the neighborhoods. It's awesome. It is a great movie. But yeah, so I watched that last night, and I think, I don't know, I had to leave for work, so I'm hoping Kayla finished the rest of it. Like, if she didn't, we're gonna have some words. She's gonna come back with a couple more bruises than work. You know what I mean? We work, guys. Come on, come on. This is a fair joke here, okay? But no. So, American Made, definitely recommended if you have not seen it. So
Badass.
you would enjoy it a lot because I don't know if you guys are Tom Cruise fans. I'm not really, but I watched, you know, Top Gun and all that or whatever.
Yeah.
and-
I've been watching Tom Cruise since the 80s. That's how long I've been watching Tom Cruise.
yeah.
When Tom Cruise was in Risky Business, not that old, but because I was only like 1 when that came out. You know, watching like Top Cruise was one of my Top Gun was one of my favorite movies growing up. It's like just put it back in there, hit rewind, watch it all over again. It's like it was babysitting 101. Let's go fast.
So this one I've seen on Twitter a lot, but it's
that?
what is your favorite Christopher Nolan movie?
Ooh.
So just Nolan, right? We're
Memento.
talking, yeah.
Memento's
Okay, Memento.
Yeah, we're going old school.
All right, Memento. If you don't know them all, I can start listing them.
Like
Yeah.
Interstellar,
Dark Knight,
Batman series.
Oh, definitely Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interstellar, The Prestige. You've probably seen a lot. Tenet, Inception. You've probably seen a bunch of
I
them.
definitely seen Inception too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Heath Ledger, so
Fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
The Dark Knight.
Fair. Dark Knight trilogy as a whole is like a masterpiece.
I'd have to say Inception.
Inception.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
The fact that Rick and Morty made a parody off of with using Freddy Krueger is like, fuck.
Oh my god, dude, that's one of my favorite episodes.
I'm
You're like-
walking here, bitch. I'm on the way, bitch.
Yeah, right.
How did you
Some
always?
pants? Oh, bitch.
Why does he always say bitch when he's walking? Yeah, if I had to say Christopher Nolan, I'd probably say Interstellar. It's probably up
choice.
there. Man, The Prestige is great though too. It always comes in.
That
there
sounds
clutch.
familiar. I feel like I have.
Let's
seen
see
that.
Hugh Jackman and oddly enough, Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that one's about like
Yep.
it's
Tesla
about
coil, all fun
magicians and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, so it's like the Tesla. They talk about like Nikola Tesla being like a master of everything, teleportation and all that stuff. They cover a lot, but like the whole bit is like the ending of the movie is always like a twist, right? You always have like the Christopher Nolan bait and switch. It's crazy. That one's up there with like Tenet, where you like. Tenet is like one of those movies, and if you even say like the word, you can say it backwards, but it's like the whole movie is taking place forward and backwards at the same time. So it's like told in like not sequential order, and then when you put it together, he's literally like the main character. His name is the protagonist, right? Christopher Nolan doesn't even come up. Christopher Nolan doesn't even come up with names. He's like, you don't even have to relate to the guy. You're gonna relate to the situation I'm building around him. Okay, you can put yourself in his shoes, right? The protagonist. He's the main guy, main character. Okay.
He's you.
Yeah, he is you. You are him. He's the protagonist. You are watching from his perspective, but he doesn't understand what's going on. But the entire thing is like he ends up fighting himself in reverse. Like he's on both sides of the game, and it's insane. Like
Very similar to Memento too, as well, because it's like because all the background scenes are in black and white, and all the stuff that's going forward is in color. So it's like it's a mind fuck. It takes you a few times to watch to piece all the pieces together. To like, okay, now I see the bigger picture.
Like Shutter Island. You ever seen Shutter Island?
Oh
Shutter
yeah,
Island is
I still think that
crazy, man.
Leonardo DiCaprio got robbed on that one because I still think that's one of his best works. Revenant, he gets an Academy Award for that one. It's like that fucking movie was a joke.
I'm
That
so
was a
mad
half-
about that.
yeah.
I didn't even watch that movie.
I have the movie on my Vudu or was it Fandango?
He's like, I got it on
And
my
it's like, I haven't watched
VHS
it.
tape.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, yeah, it's not worth it, probably.
Because it's like I know the real
It's
story.
not
It's just
Titanic,
trash.
you know? It's not any other movies
Yeah.
you should have won an Oscar for.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna ask you, Trey, did you like the new Batman movie?
I have not seen it yet. I know.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize to me. Apologize to everyone at
It's
home.
because of my attention span.
Apologize to
honestly.
Phil. Yeah, he's the one upset about it.
No, I'm not. Like, not at all.
He's distraught, man. Like he's crying
Not
over
at
here.
all. I mean, no.
And I think it's related. I don't know. You might have been crying before we even brought this up. I'm not sure anymore.
Get a little tear.
Thinking
There's
about,
something else.
thinking about everything that's canceled nowadays. You know?
That was like 10 minutes ago.
Another step.
No, the
Trey,
shows
late
live on.
reaction. You
The
know?
shows live on forever,
So
man.
Trey, do you have any upcoming concerts you check out or festivals in the next 12 months? Because this is January.
Not really, honestly. I know.
March.
March. Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
he
March.
wouldn't understand. Yeah, it's an
Hold on.
inside joke. Inside joke.
Not really. I've seen a couple things, but honestly, I'm just kind of lazy. Traveling is sometimes it's just a chore. But I really wish I would have got to see Theo Vaughn when he came to the lacrosse center because Theo Vaughn's fucking hilarious. You guys went?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it good?
We got like nosebleeds.
It was okay. I thought we got really good seats because we were straight on to
We
the
were
stage.
straight on.
Yeah, so it's like I thought it's like, but it's lacrosse. I don't feel like there's a really bad seat in the house except for when you start getting the sides.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
where it kind of gets rough. But I thought it's like it was basically a podcast. So it's like honestly what he could do instead of doing a traveling show, just do a podcast, and it's like it'd actually make more sense because it's like his stories were going every which direction.
He was rambling off the audience in his podcast format, but there's not like another guest there. Like nobody has a mic, you know?
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
it's just
he's,
like, oh,
setting
like
up
about
things.
last weekend or about whatever, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I don't know, man. Like you could probably bring a guest on or just have a second comedian.
Yeah,
Dude,
his openers were solid. They're funny.
Yeah, his second opener is hilarious, and like the first one, like it was kind of funny because run up to the election when we went, so it was like she told a political joke and like the whole crowd just turned her out. It was bad. She bombed. She bombed for the audience.
She didn't.
Yeah,
But
it's
it's
wrong
not
crowd,
no
wrong
recovery,
crowd. But
yeah.
you can't recover from that when you're here. Like that's not gonna work. Like the audience that you have here, is
You got to
like,
know the audience.
Yeah, you gotta know the audience.
But it's a tough one to call though, because like we have 4 liberal colleges here, but it's like apparently
Yeah,
a
but
lot
that's
of the
not
people
who goes to those
Who
shows.
goes, yeah,
man.
apparently not.
That's not
No.
who goes to those shows.
I did
at
not
all.
expect that to come out like
Yeah.
to be the big crowd of it all. I figured that.
Yeah, but the second guy was hilarious.
Yes,
dude.
yeah.
He was like making fun of like he had like the banjo joke where it's like the banjo's in his mouth when he's talking to Southerners and stuff. So that was funny. And
They
then,
kept on picking on the veteran with the missing leg.
yeah,
Like,
there was a guy.
that guy was the star of the show.
There was a guy
Everybody
in the front
called him
row
out.
with one leg, dude. Like,
Lost
was
in
funny.
an IUD
That was
over
funny.
over over
Well, that
the
wasn't
box.
funny, but
Yeah,
it was
but
funny
it's
that
like-
they were picking
yeah,
on him.
the
You know what I
story
mean?
was sad.
Yeah.
The jokes were funny.
Yes. And he was
Jokes
a
were
good
good.
sport about the whole thing too, because like, well, you're the first row, you're bound to get some type of a grief. you know?
Well, he sat up there on purpose. Do you think he
Well,
was a plant?
no, I think he
How
paid attention.
conspiracy do you want to
crazy.
be? Yeah, maybe he travels with him.
No,
He's in a scapegoat.
Yeah, like can't tell a good joke. Let me pick on guy with one leg.
Kid, yeah.
And then
You say I can pick one at random to set up?
Yeah, but overall, like you said, you probably need like a second. You need like to just do your podcast live somewhere else.
Yeah,
Like,
but
just-
I feel like
just road
he doesn't
show it.
want
I'd
to.
love
He
to be
doesn't want to
so
copy
cool,
Kill Tony because Kill Tony is pretty solid, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Kill Tony's crazy.
He's kind of the best right now.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's like the low key nobody's ever heard of him. Like I think one of his favorite specials, like it was called One Take, and he did it all in one take. The entire he just never quit, just kept on going. It was
Didn't
like, it
even
was pretty fire.
breathe.
I love how
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's always randomly on there.
I
Like, he's just
know.
like randomly everywhere.
Well, they all live there
Everywhere.
in Austin, so it's like when I
Oh,
so when you
yeah.
go so when you go to the Comedy Mothership, you're going to see like we'll guarantee you're gonna see Rogan, but you're gonna see Tony Hinchcliffe because that's where they film Kill Tony at. Is right there. It's a really nice location where they have it on. It's not hard off to get off the interstate, but it's just like there's a bunch of homeless people everywhere.
Oh, really? Like,
Oh yeah, they're
okay.
they're all over
Like
the place.
the
So it's like
cities.
I'm by myself, so it's like, well, fuck. If I get
It's
jumped,
everywhere
like this is gonna
now.
be
It's
Yeah.
rough.
everywhere, man.
Well, plus it doesn't get cold. At least here we get cold.
I was gonna say like 6 months out of the year we won't see homeless people.
I was like, how do homeless people migrate?
It might be.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
yeah, they fly south for the winter.
They get
That's
put up.
fucking
They
insane.
have like a geolocator in their head that tells them to
They
go
fly
south.
south.
They're
They
kind of
fly
like
south.
monarch butterflies. You know how they just like
crazy.
they go to
geese.
like Mexico City in Mexico every
So my
year.
girl
Yeah,
did ask me, she's like, where do they go when it's cold? And I was like,
yeah,
I
they go
don't
to
know.
Los Angeles, California,
No.
babe. Like,
They're already
Homeless
there.
in the heat.
yeah. You see a
LA,
homeless guy
Phoenix,
take off with like a
Tucson,
carpet, just like fly
Austin,
away to the moon.
Dallas, Fort Worth, down along the coast, Florida.
Flying.
Yeah, he's got like the Aladdin carpet. It's like a tent pack.
He had the
on
ticket
top
the
of
whole
it.
time. Like-
The golden one, yeah. Golden ticket to Los Angeles, California. Man, I'm happy Steve made it out there, you know?
Take some of the rest of them with you.
Yeah.
Like,
Tent's only got room for one. Oh, man.
But you
I know-
like going to
thinking about
comedy
homeless
shows
is
and stuff
terrible,
in general though
but-
over a big concert venue.
Either one, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just really love music too. But that was just one recently that I thought of that I wanted to go to.
What's the favorite music fest or person you've seen in concert?
I haven't been to many concerts, but I saw both of them are in the cities. It was a festival that was in the cities, but they don't have it anymore. I don't remember what the name is right now. I don't know why. But I seen a bunch of people there. I saw Tech Nine live there actually. That was fire. Prof was there.
Mhm.
Okay.
He came out floating. He threw $1 bills into the crowd. It was amazing.
That's
Very cool.
hilarious.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just on 3 like big ass floating flamingos. He just crowd surfed.
Not even a stage.
Yeah,
Like he
no.
didn't even do like the Kanye thing.
Yeah,
Like he was
it
just
was insane.
Was
And
it
then-
sound set?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what it
yeah,
was.
yeah,
Yeah. It was right. I think it was right before COVID,
okay.
and then after COVID, I think they stopped doing
Yeah. Like everybody stopped.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
they never like really got back either. Like
Yeah.
Summerfest
The sad
still,
thing
it's still
about it.
it's never recovered.
yeah.
No, that's the downside of someone's like being in this area right here. It's like you go over, like it would be nice to see Somerset doing something again. You know,
Mm.
they used to have Northern Invasion. They used to have rock, couple different venues up there because
yeah.
it's like,
Logic was there too.
Yeah.
He was the
Yeah.
headliner.
ooh, Logic.
And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Migos were there too. Tyler Creator was there. Like a lot of people were there.
Everybody.
Tyler
was there.
Live is like pretty. It's
It
a
was
trip.
insane.
It's a
It was
trip.
cool. I was like
It-
front row basically. It was fire.
I don't really like Tyler the Creator, but when I saw him live, I was like, dude, this guy's good.
He's
Like
hilarious.
he just like
I just
splits
like-
peas.
yeah, dude.
and
It's just the
like,
lyrics.
the Loiter Squad.
Yeah,
too.
it's just the
Yeah.
lyrics. Like
It's a whole like show, and I like that. I think more, if like
I'd be there just for Sandwich, the song. Like,
Yeah.
I wish you would do it,
Like-
bro.
I'd be having a sign be like Sandwich, like.
But I also saw Ice Nine Kills in the cities. That was
Sick.
fucking fire.
who is that? I don't know if
They're
I
a
know
metal
who that is.
band. And
Okay.
they kind of do like. I guess they don't always do horror movies, but like recently they've been doing like a lot of horror movie like theme music, and
Okay,
it's really fucking good.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Because
That's
I've
cool.
seen like what Rob Zombie was able to generate from that and stuff like that. It's like it's a good way to get your build up your thing because like if you get your music into video games or into horror movies, it's just kind of the way to get, especially like with Terrifier being popping off all the time. It's like then also you have the new Doom video game that came out. Like if you can get some of your songs in there, like one or two, it just skyrockets you. Like have you guys ever heard the story behind White Zombie with Rob Zombie from back in the 90s?
Mm-mm.
They went oddly enough, it was Beavis and Butthead. They played More Human Than a Human on it, and it's like they go from clubs to bigger venues, like where they're near between 3,000 to 5,000 people. So because
Yeah.
of that one show, took them to that level right there. And White Zombie came out with 4 albums, but More Human Than Human was their biggest hit from that. And then they broke up, and then now here's Rob Zombie doing a whole bunch of shit. I'm going to be seeing Rob Zombie in a few months down in Florida, so it'll be pretty lit. So,
Yeah, it's gonna be warm.
oh yeah, I'm looking for. It's gonna be Daytona Beach. It's gonna be at the Daytona 500 Speedway. And like
Oh,
5
fuck
different. Yeah, they
I've
took
been
over the
there.
entire
Holy
Speedway,
shit.
man.
That'll be
That sounds
fun.
like that's gonna
We're
be
12-minute walk
amazing.
from it, so it's like it's perfect because it's like I did the Columbus, Ohio, and then I've done the traffic up there in Northern Invasion. It's like, dude, if the closer you get to it, you're either camping or you can get just any way to get away from dealing with the traffic. You can be a little more elevated, and you can be more chill because then so you're not having to risk a DUI.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
that'll be fun. That'll be a really fun one.
So do you have your sights on anything? Like for this upcoming year, because it's like this is like it's tough because like we don't know what everybody's gonna be doing for comedian wise. But man, I'd like to hear your thoughts on something like whether it be coming here lacrosse or Milwaukee.
Do you have
or-
any shows planned at all,
Yeah.
Trey?
no, not really. I'm just really focusing on school right now, I guess.
What do you go to school for?
What are you going to?
Elementary education.
Okay. Right
Oh,
on.
nice, man.
You're gonna get like big money dollars after that one.
Fuck no.
It's like the $1 billion plays, man. $1 million year, baby. It's gonna be awesome.
So what's the drive getting into elementary education?
I just really like working with kids, and my past experience working with kids, like kids just really connect with me and everything like that. And I don't know, it just feels like it's a good suit for me.
There you go. I know the best way to do it is like it's going the direction of unschooling, moving away from the indoctrination of the public school system and going that direction. So it's like with the technology the way it is, there's a couple, or if you become big enough, you can always join the Dr. Jordan Peterson's university that he created and stuff like that. It's got like 30,000 people enrolled in it. It's like it's actually picked up.
Have
Like,
you
it's
ever thought
insane.
about like homeschooling, Trey?
If I had a kid,
Yeah.
oh God, no. Oh, no.
All right. No, I was just wondering.
Like maybe, but like,
because if you're like
There is
you're
a
like a
homeschooling
te-
community
If
here
you're like
in
a
La Crosse.
teacher, you know.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. But
Yeah.
like, from what I've seen in public schools, I would definitely think about it.
Okay. Yeah, because when I was younger, it was like, dude, all of like the homeschool kids were like the weird ones.
They're absolutely
Everyone
weird.
thought that. You look at them now, they're all the business leaders. They're all the Boy Scout leaders. They're like all the people that everybody else is looking up to. So it's kind of weird. Like society, I feel like kind of 180'd that pretty hard. And then what I've seen in public schools, do I really want my kid going to a public school at this current moment? Probably not. If I don't see like change in the next 5-10 years, then definitely not. Like, but homeschooling's like, I don't know if that's ever going to come back. Like, I don't know.
Well, right now it's like up to 7.5 million people. It was like pre-pandemic. It was set right around 1.2, 1.5.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
The
it
pandemic
skyrocketed.
probably moved everybody home.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
and
like,
so because of that, like they recognize like, oh, they start paying attention to what the
yeah.
teachers are teaching them. It's like, I don't want this fucking shit. You're teaching them the Communist Manifesto.
Yeah. I don't know about, politics and all that. I don't really want to get into it, but I know
it's
I
all
will
mixed.
say that like homeschooling is probably like less, like you can do more like home ec stuff. You can do like, hey, I'm going to teach you how to pay your bills. I'm going to teach you how to like do your taxes.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a big one.
Live off the land if we
yeah,
had
if,
to.
if you
there
do
you go.
homesteading,
Mhm.
like I don't know if we ever get a commune together, right? Like I know all of my libertarian friends want to do a communist manifesto on a commune. So like, if we ever get everybody together for that,
Be a separatist group essentially.
yeah. Yeah. Essentially we're forming our own government, but the government can't hear that. So,
We'll edit that out.
yeah. Cut. No, so if we had like a homeschool pod with like essentially all of our friends and family, might be kind of cool. Like, that might be something kind of different. But
I got a few friends here in town that
how
the
much money
homeschooler
do we
kids-
need to move? How much are we making as like an organization? And then when do we form the cult? That's what I'm really wondering. Like,
know.
at what point?
We just talked to Kyle. Kyle will
Yes,
give us points in the right direction.
Kyle from Third Shift. You probably haven't met Kyle.
Definitely not that Kyle.
Okay,
you'd
Kyle
recognize
McDermott, he'll
Kyle.
come here sometimes. But he grew up on a hippie commune.
Yeah, here in Wisconsin.
Very interesting. Very
Yeah.
interesting story. He's got like 15 cousins, and like
Sounds right.
30 sisters and brothers from different moms. Yeah, it's like a whole thing. Same dad though.
Same dad.
And
Hell yeah.
yeah, yeah, right. It's like the Amish community, man. Like I don't know anymore. But yeah, if we ever form a hippie commune, we'll take notes from him, and
He knows.
we'll
what
have
he's
you
doing.
as a teacher. We
Right?
know
Yeah.
somebody now, so yeah, go get your degree, come back. Like no, so it's like I don't know, the whole I feel like society's just shifted so much the last 4 or 5 years, right? Like I feel like everything is changed. I was talking to Brad about this last night on Third Shift too, but he's like, dude, do you ever want to move the needle per se at any point in your life? And I was like, nah, I'm good.
We're gonna
Move the needle. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean? Yeah, well, I feel like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Where's the needle?
Yeah. The needle's in the middle somewhere. Usually is, right? The Overton window. People always talk about it. It's like, what is taboo? What can you talk about openly and what can you not talk about
That's fair.
openly, right? So what is a taboo topic? Do we ever move the needle on that? And I was like, I think we could, but it probably wouldn't be in what you think it would be, right? And for me, I'd be like, I think we're going to write the perfect script. During a B-tier show, we'll have everybody on, right? We'll have 10 guests,
Everybody. Oh,
10
shit.
guests, 15 plus. And we will write the perfect movie script for a horror film that has all original ideas, right?
Then Cabin.
That's
in the
how
Woods
we're gonna-
kinda fuck that up for everybody though.
Yeah.
'Cause they
Cabin
just
in the
said
Woods is
twist,
pretty-
twist,
Mm-hmm.
twist.
Yeah, that was pretty fire.
And then they get to the basement. You're like, oh,
Right.
Oh man. Yeah, we'll write the perfect meta horror film. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna beat Cabin in the Woods, okay?
that's the goal.
Yeah,
We're
that's the
gonna
goal.
out Pizza the Hut.
Yes. Pizza the Hut. Okay.
We're gonna take one more turn.
Yeah. We're gonna take
Not wrong turn. One more turn.
Just one more.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna take an extra right turn. That's what we're gonna do.
We may do the hokey pokey, turn ourselves around. You know?
But
That's
that
what
is
it's all
what it's all about.
about.
That's the important part. That's the key. Write this down, somebody.
It's right here. It'll come out in 4 months. We got it.
But that's what I mean. I think we're gonna write the perfect horror film on this show at some point. And then that film will get turned into, billions of dollars.
And people will remake us over and over and over again.
Hey, if we
I'm
can
nervous for
reach
that.
scary movie level, then perfect, man. Have the Damon Wayans make a parody of the movie. We made it. We made it in life. And have Weird Al Yankovic write a couple parodies, dude. It's like when people are making fun of you, it's like you made it.
That's true, honestly.
Damn, people make fun of me all the time. I don't think I've made it yet.
$1 million a year.
Oh, I made it?
Yeah. More laughs.
Fuck.
More LOLs. Love out loud.
More LOLs, more hee-hees and ha-has, tee-hees and ta-tas, and I'll be ready to go. Does
Only
anybody
Brady's.
who wants to draw a question from the beautiful
I haven't done one in a
B-tier
while.
bowler cap?
I haven't done one in a while.
You did one last episode.
No, I didn't.
I
You
did.
I think we both
Shit.
like low-key, I think we
think
both
we both
did.
did, yeah.
All right. What impression do you think you give off meeting someone for the first time? This is perfect because you can ask every single one of us.
First.
Yeah. What's the best? That's an honest position because he's never met me. He knows you two. Williams. I caught it.
That's like a $300 microphone.
I caught the fucker.
That was a good catch.
Hawkerson, take notes. That's how you catch.
Mhm.
Jefferson too.
Jefferson as well. Yeah.
Arnold?
Yeah, Washington, man, I tell you, do it.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Oh, I thought we were naming presidents.
No, we're talking about football.
I'm joking, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh, what was the question again?
All right.
Love it.
What impression
forgot
do
it
you
too.
think you give off meeting someone for the first time?
So, like me personally,
Yeah. So what vibe do you think you present when you meet us? Or meet anybody in general?
just a chill guy, honestly.
Second that, man.
Hand in pocket.
I can feel your
looks
vibe.
a
It's like your
dog.
energy is like right
Looks
there.
like
It's
an Arthur
dude.
comic. Yeah.
Exactly.
Arthur
With the fist
comic?
ball, though.
he's mad underneath, but just a chill guy. All right, so you're a chill guy too. How about you, Phil?
I think it all depends on where we're meeting for the first time. Like if it's at work, I'm gonna have to play nice because I'm at work.
Mm-hmm.
If you meet me at the bar, I may not be so nice. You know, like it all depends on where
On the context.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's fair.
and how are you coming at me to meet me. Like,
Yeah.
are you bumping up against me in the bar? Like,
Yeah.
You know,
facts.
like-
That shit.
like
Yeah, so you're like one of those like amniverts. Right?
yeah.
So you're kind of extroverted at work, and then you're
Yeah.
kind of
Well,
introverted.
I just
kind of
keep my head
Yeah.
on a swivel at all
Yeah.
times.
But I
Yeah.
also like match energy.
match
So,
energy.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'll be chill, but like it escalates.
Yeah.
Escalates.
As soon as you
You
turn
know?
dubstep on, I'm not
Like
talking
yeah, anytime
anymore.
we're
Yeah.
downtown Winona, it's like you're picking on a woman, I'm gonna step up.
Yeah, a bunch of creeps.
Like
Oh yeah. Those Winona bars, man.
That's why I
Like
hate going to bars.
yeah. But those were like a different breed up there.
and then like my wife's pulling me out because she doesn't want me to fight. So
It's like, I don't have the money to bail your ass out this time.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll sit.
yeah. Yeah, my mom's told me she's let my
Gladly.
dad sit a few times.
But at the worst time, it was the worst like possible time because it's like the boss that we work for up in Winona would gladly bail me out for something like that
Oh yeah.
and not even think twice about it.
I would also bail Phil out.
I would also bail Phil out if I needed to. Yeah, I feel like I'm obligated to say that now.
I mean,
I just
you
have
don't
to.
no.
I just have to match energy at this point. Like, I wasn't gonna say that, but you know.
How much that would like? Why don't we give you the context you're looking for? Why don't we just
Okay.
change it to like if you're just meeting for somebody for like
like at a like,
yeah at a party
Yeah.
like or at a venue that's
At a
not
party.
loud.
At a
like,
party.
at someone's house.
Yeah.
I'd probably be a little nervous at first and not like talk too much until like I got comfortable, and then
Mhm.
I'd probably like open up and just have a good time.
Yeah.
Fair. That's a wise wisdom right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta learn who I'm talking to at first, and how open they are with everything
Mhm.
before I know when I should say anything or if I should even talk at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there are some parties that I walk into who go, I just can't say anything because they're gonna have a rebuttal. It's gonna be a fight. I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially if I'm like in their home, it's just like I'm not even gonna say it. Like I'm gonna, I'll leave it outside. Like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like the first time I met Phil.
it was at work.
Yeah, I know, but like even at work, cause like I drop guards at work, so like
Well, we
I don't
kind of
know.
have to with what we do.
yeah, it's like you have like one traumatic experience, and then you're like, oh, dude,
Hey,
we've been through it together,
yeah.
the trenches, dog.
You guys hit
is
the
this
face,
what
I got
World
hit
War
the
One
face.
felt like?
This
Like
is
this
war.
is cool. Yeah. There's tanks rolling in now. I don't know what that is. No, and it's crazy. But yeah, I know. Like I don't know. I always try to drop guards at work because like
Well, it's kind of just easy to pass time that way, unless we because you're just like sitting there, like if everyone's just sitting around, it just makes the day drag by.
Oh, I know.
But if you're just like, oh, hey, what would you do in this situation? And everybody's just like, oh, trying to think and make funny situations.
yeah.
It's like,
Well, we almost
gotcha.
do the B tier bowler questions at work.
we
but
need to start
that's-
writing them down at
but,
work.
But that's how you get to like know people. Like you give them a hypothetical, like crazy scenario.
What would you do? Yeah.
Like okay, you're
the first one was our superpowers. I think
Oh
that's
my
what it was.
Mm-hmm.
probably
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like the first time I met Phil, like we were just yapping at work. And
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
how that's
hey,
how
like,
you introduced me to him. Is like that's what we started
Oh
rattling off
yeah,
between your
I probably
superpowers.
introduced him by his superpower.
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
not even his first name. Like you don't even have to know.
This is the guy who breathes underwater.
Yeah,
only in the
but
tub.
only in the hot tub. or whatever, yeah.
yeah.
No, it's funny because like guys, especially like I don't even know first names when I like meet people. Like I usually. Like I'll like hopefully overhear somebody else say their name and I'll be like, oh, that's your name, yeah. And, eventually I'll get to know you, but I'll still probably name you wrong, like hot tub water guy.
It
Yeah,
also helped that like your
tinfoil hat dude.
it also helped that your woman is like my my supervisor, should say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it helps. Yeah, it helps when women are involved. Yes, because women do say first names, right? Like men are just kind of like, oh, hey, like you seem kind of cool. Like you can get
We're
to know
just
somebody
chilling,
on the
yeah.
street.
We're just
you have
chilling.
another name.
No.
You can like, oh, hey,
sure,
like,
you're the goose guy.
yeah, yeah, exactly, right? Like you just know them by like a thing that you like associate with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I remember like first time I met you, we did talk about superhero stuff, and then I think like I don't know what happened. We got on the topic of probably something a little bit deeper than that, which we're not going to go into on the show. And then I was
there were
like,
a lot of politics in there.
yeah, I was like, this guy does not seem like the guy who would say that, Because like I don't know, I associate like weed smokers with like liberals, right? So like my first association is like, oh, you smoke weed, you're probably like a liberal. Which I don't know if that's like that's not a good bias at all. Like I've come to know that too. But,
Yeah, that's a pretty good. That's not unfair bias.
when I was growing up, right? Like everybody was a conservative Christian, and if you smoked weed or did drugs, you were a devil worshipping Satan lover. Okay.
And then I think we talked guns, and then
Yeah, guns is my opening statement for a lot of people. I'm like, so what do you think about children having automatic guns in school? And then if they have a good answer to that, I know they're gonna be cool. I don't know what kind of vibe that sets off. Personally, I don't
if
care.
we're at work, it's a very bad one.
So why did I get this coaching for?
Why am I getting
right
Why
up?
am I getting pulled to the soup's office
I'm getting
right
pulled
now?
for good vibes. No, so
What were you talking about? I don't remember.
religion,
Which
politics,
time? Right.
the three ones you shouldn't talk about. Yeah. Whatever else, Yeah, no, so I don't know. At work, I always try to drop guards. So it's like if I can get you to drop guard right away, I know you're like more open to just like random conversations.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to agree with me on anything. Personally, I don't even agree with myself on half the stuff that I ration out, right? Like lately, I've been talking to Brad about like a deeply held belief that I don't actually hold, but it's like really funny to me because I'm like, oh, dude, this is what I believe. So like, I just play devil's advocate. I see where people are at. And then I kind of like I like talking to people about deeper things than just like, how's the weather, or what's your favorite car, or like, oh, if money was no object, what would you be doing right now? I'd rather be talking about
I'd
like
be not working here.
yeah.
Maybe a little.
Dude, the thing is like I would still be working a job if like money
absolutely.
was no object. What would you do, Trey, if money were no object? You didn't have to like.
I don't even get to answer their own question. What the fuck?
Well, I haven't answered it yet.
Oh,
Either.
you go.
Anyway.
Yeah, you did.
Trey's got to answer, man.
All right, fine.
Okay, say it again.
Okay, so if money were no object and you did not have to keep the current job that you have to pay bills, what would you be doing with your time?
Probably still teaching.
My man. That means that you actually like care about it.
Thanks, I try.
Well, there's a lot of people out there. That's probably like 1 in 10 people who would be like, I'm still gonna be doing what I do,
Yeah, because I still like work with the kids. It's just like there's just like no money in it. But like it's I don't know, it's worth it. Like I've definitely done it and like I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So like I guess I understand it a little more. But like man, some kids are like so uncensored, it's insane. Like wow.
Well, it's like the wildest shit
Like
you've ever heard.
like at least when I was younger, like if somebody threatened to call my parents, like I would like, okay, I'm sorry. Like please don't call my parents.
Do it.
Like for them, like that's the best case scenario because they just
Call
get
my
to
parents,
go
bro.
home.
Call them.
Call him.
Yeah.
Here's the
I get
number.
out of here.
Here's the number.
I get suspended for 3 days. I don't have to go back to school.
I've worked with kids.
Yeah.
They've literally like torn apart classrooms, and then like their dad will take them to Dairy Queen afterwards. It's like thanks, Doug.
Man, positive reinforcement, man. You gotta love it.
It's insane.
What'd they get at Dairy Queen? That's the only thing. No, that's actually kind of hard to watch.
That's tough.
Like what like how do you correct that as like a society? Like how do you correct that? You know what I mean? Like how do you?
I
how
work
do you
with a lot of
convince them-
behavior kids? and
Yeah.
it's just like from well, some of them it's like they're like slightly like on the spectrum, but like they have bad homes at the same time.
Yeah,
So it's like 50.
I feel like the spectrum has like gotten too big. Because
I agree.
people will
I
be like,
agree.
"Oh, you don't make eye contact. You must be autistic. Here's some Ritalin."
No,
It's like, okay,
literally.
well, hold up.
That was the 90s, bro.
Well,
Now
okay.
it's all
That's
Sudafed.
Well,
They're all
yeah,
meant-
now it's all SSRIs.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
in like 10 years, like when they don't have any baseline for like
Give
what a
them
normal
perks.
thing
Okay.
is, yeah, they're going to
Chill
get
out.
something happen. Yeah, well, like, I don't know. I was talking to somebody this morning and she's like, oh, yeah, like my 3-year-old is like too young
Yeah,
to be
dude.
diagnosed and my 4-year-old just got diagnosed. It's like they're 4 years old. The only thing they want to do is run and jump around. They do not want to watch a movie for an hour and a half. They do
wanna
not want
play.
to. They want to go run around and play
Some of
outside.
these kids though, they don't want to go outside and play.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you think that's like related to how much is like
I think a lot of it
autism,
was
or
because
do
of
you think
COVID.
okay? So they just want to be on their tablet and play
They want
Fortnite.
to stay inside.
Yeah.
Tablet
all
kids.
day.
Like, I wish you guys could grow up when I did back in the 90s, early 80s, late 90s, stuff like that, throughout the late 80s, early 90s, because like you actually got to be outside, and if somebody was gonna fuck around, you could teach them to find out. Nowadays it's like they're all behind their keyboards and shit.
I still got some of this.
Almost need
I just want like a
almost need to get
little
more
bit of
ice.
this because I'm like,
I'll have
oh,
as much
man.
as you like.
Dude, the Dexter is so good.
That is good.
That was a
Dexter's
good
pretty
recommend.
fire.
You can have this bottle
Yeah, definitely got
for
to.
the
For
for later for
Mhm.
Marvels
Well,
when we run it later.
I'll be back over so we can have some together.
I don't know if it'll make it. That's the problem.
No, it won't
Hey,
make
that's
it.
okay too.
No, I know this bottle is amazing. But yeah, so it's like, how much is actually on
You
the
want me to pour you?
spectrum? I
Yeah.
feel like they just
Okay.
like
You want- how
diagnose
much you want,
kids to
finger?
like
Any
sell them
fingers?
medicine
Any
at this
bottle.
point.
Different.
But like when you're diagnosing
I
a
feel like
4-year-old with
A lot of
ADHD,
it is
dude, like
just
are you kidding me?
It's
Like
the
what is
parents.
science
Thanks, sir.
doing,
You're
dude?
welcome.
No, I think it's just the parents don't understand how hard parenting is, so they just want their kid to sit
Easy
down.
to medicate and do
Yeah.
nothing.
Parents
But
just
It's
don't
kind of
understand, bro.
sad.
Sad.
It is.
It is
'cause
sad.
I've done
'Cause
with a lot of medication.
you
I've
know-
done with kids who like actually need it.
Yeah.
And then I've dealt with kids who like they just
Have
play
to
the
take
system.
They're just
Yeah.
kids. They're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kids. They,
They
want to
don't
be
know.
kids.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
kids don't know. They don't play the
Mhm.
system. They don't know what their parents are doing at age 5, you know, age 7. And then like to think that that stuff doesn't affect them into their 20s, ridiculous. I don't know where like we're going to look back like 100 years from now. We're going to be like, we
Holy
were
fuck.
prescribing Adderall to like 20-year-olds. What were we doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's going to be that crazy. It's going to be like, what the heck were we doing back then? Because, you know, I don't know. It just seems like a wild thing to me. I don't know. Barbaric almost. And then, you know, 100 years after that, they're going to be like, we were prescribing Chat GPT to these kids? Like, oh my God. Chat GPT can't even explain it to me like I'm 2. Like, what? AGI, ever heard of it? No. That thing all went down in the Fourth World War, you know? Like, I don't know. Yeah. But, oh man. Well, guys, cheers to having your kid on the autism spectrum at some point in your life where you have to take care of them for 18 years after they're born.
Oh, that's like some of the worst fears, like having a forever child.
That
It's
was
like,
such a bad cheers. Why'd you guys drink to that? You probably just caused your family pain.
Wouldn't be the first, wouldn't be the last. No.
I got Michelangelo on the table over there. I'm good to go. Like, you know. Oh, man. Okay, what was the question that was like,
so
you had to answer
what
it.
impression do you think you give off meeting somebody for the first time? Since you've been talking for like the last 30 minutes, you can go ahead and finish up your or you're fine with like trying to break their walls down.
oh, yeah. You know, I think I give off a very, very quiet person, but once you break that wall, I'm sorry, it's over for you.
Yeah.
That's true. It was true.
Yeah. I know. I'm like Phil. I if I'm going, whether it be a work scenario, party scenario, bar scenario, I'm gonna be
It's all
chill.
different. Yeah.
I'm just gonna come in being quiet because I need to learn what you're gonna say. So this way I understand like where I can be able to chime in at, because if you're a hardcore abortion sportist, you and I are not gonna get along.
Or who can I
Or-
talk to even just
Yeah.
with my opinions? You know, it's like who can I talk to?
Yeah, pretty much.
No one.
Like,
I usually try to bring
you
up
at work. Yeah, absolutely no one.
I usually try to
They're
bring up
way too. I'm way too dark for that. Like
Yeah.
they don't want to hear that.
I like conservation. Like bringing up conservation, like is a good opener because this way you can figure out where they're at. It's like, oh, I want to reintroduce wolves to Colorado. It's like you're an idiot.
Duh.
Move on.
Trey, what's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Oh
Ooh, it's a great question. Ask somebody you're
Wow,
dating.
that is such a good question. My favorite one, I'm not sure.
Talking to the mic.
Yeah, indeed, he's correct.
That's
I would
me
say my favorite one
conspiracy.
is.
Conspiracy.
I would want to say the Illuminati, but like I feel like that one's so boring and overplayed. But I think my favorite conspiracy is the lizard people living among us.
They live.
I don't know if you dig into some of the LA Times from back in the 1910s, 1920s. It's like you start realizing, like, fuck, these guys are right. These guys were real. They did a phenomenal job with MK Ultra and Operation Paperclip.
I don't know about any of that, but he does.
The lizard people are real. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like these articles are actually you can look these up. Still knock on wood. We're not at the point where we're completely erasing history, but we're getting close. But also, like if you dig into like the 1913, 1914 Sun Times out of Phoenix, they were digging through. They actually found a mine or a cave there's a certain. Well, put it like, let me rewind 1 second. There's a section of the Grand Canyon you can't travel through. You can't do it with horseback, hiking, drones, nothing.
I've done it once, but yeah, no one wants to tell you that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what it would reason
He's
being
the
is
reason
that
why.
they found out
Bad wind.
that there is
very bad
they
wind.
came into a cave that had Egyptian, Ethiopian, Aztec, all kinds of stuff in there. And then they made the mistake of calling the Smithsonian. They came and took everything. Now the whole section's all blocked off because
Yeah.
it
Now
just-
they're all live action figures that come alive at night. It's
So
crazy.
that- and
Like the movie. Oh shit.
No, shoot.
So
that would be
where's the
fucking
Lost Ark?
insane.
Not at the
There's some
museum.
truth
You
to the
ever seen
unseen.
it? All right, the lizard people. Do you think the lizard people live underground? Are you like that
No.
far? Or they just like disguise themselves as people?
Uh,
They Okay.
Have
Like
you
Men
seen
in
They
Black.
Live
Yeah.
with John Carpenter's They Live with Roddy Piper?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Watch it, man.
I said that right away. I
Oh
figured
my
you
god, I
had
love
seen
Roddy
it.
Piper. You talk about like the wrestler?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
What a
All right,
legend.
so
They Live, man. That's
Yeah.
where they put the glasses on. It's
I don't have
it's
a
legit.
pen, but I would write it down. But yeah, They Live is John Carpenter.
One of his opus is one of his best ones. Next to the thing.
That's the movie where the like I'm gonna kick ass and take names, but I'm all out of bubble gum
Bubblegum,
comes from.
Oh,
And the reference
Like
from
I
Jack
need me to
Records.
chew bubble gum and kick ass, and I'm
Yeah.
all out of bubble.
Oh, with
Yeah.
the old woman with the
Yeah,
gun.
with the shotgun. Yeah,
That's an
Yeah.
old Doom
I
reference
came,
from that
Johnson
reference.
Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's where that movie, like that's the line, that's the reference for that movie.
Oh yeah.
It's probably the most famous part of that movie, but yeah, definitely worth a watch. Because
Yeah.
it is lizard people. Like he, puts on sunglasses and then you can see like the world of advertising, and it goes right to the lizard brain, and that's like the whole idea. But the lizard people is fun one because it's like, oh, they live underground, and oh, they have like nuclear silos. They've been living in the North Dakota forever, and it's like all that
It
stuff.
would just be insane because like being a human is already crazy, but then like there's a whole nother race of-
Subspecies.
Yeah.
Species, yeah.
And it's
Then
like,
that's
what
where
the fuck?
but then it opens the door for Hollow Earth.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, could be like the Titans living
As
down
above, so
there,
below?
like Godzilla, King Kong.
Hopefully not.
There's
You
been
know?
there's been a
Got
lot
a
of
poster behind me right here that they can't
Did
see
you
on
ever,
camera.
You ever
but
dig into the 40-ton
Jurassic Park,
bomb they
maybe.
released in
Mm-mm.
2021
Jurassic Island, I've been
off
there.
the coast of Jacksonville?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they were killing something like that down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite fears because like, why would you do
Your
a
favorite-
military testing on a 40-ton bomb east of Jacksonville in the middle of fucking nowhere if you're not trying to kill something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a fun
Yeah.
one to dive into is like the
As I point to King
SpongeBob
Kong.
Bikini Bottom theory.
Oh man,
Where like Bikini Bottom is like where they tested all. Well, that's like where Godzilla comes from too. But they like tested all the nuclear bombs there. The U.S. military did between like
we covered that in
45.
Toast After Dark.
I
Yeah,
thought you were
45
talking
and
about the other
63.
version.
Yeah,
But
Mhm.
Bikini
Oh, the
Bottom.
adult version?
I thought he was talking about.
Like, that's
Is
why
that the-
that's why ones were like Nickelodeon's like, oh, the island where all the kids went
Especially
to.
with
Well,
all,
no,
like,
no,
that
but
conspiracy.
That's
not
all.
conspiracy
That's
stuff,
all
but that
like part of
Nickelodeon
it though
stuff.
too. It's like
Yeah.
the Nickelodeon stuff. They like just hide messages and everything,
Yeah,
right? It's all subliminal. It's all Illuminati. It's like all Epstein's Island, and it's the same shape as
Disney,
the rabbit. And
yo,
all that.
How did
Pinocchio.
Epstein kill himself?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
he didn't.
How did he
Right.
shoot himself in the head and hang himself?
Right. Look at this
Yeah.
kid. Look at this
Well-
Clinton guy over here.
Yeah, there's like a lot of things like that where it's like shot 2 times with a shotgun and hung himself. It's like, okay, who's doing this? We are dumb, but we're not. Well, we're kind of dumb. They figured out a way.
Linton
to-
Clay.
Yeah.
We can't say their name because of the royalty here.
Yeah, we'll die.
Yep. We'll get bushed.
No, I really
bushwhacked.
like the reptilian one. That's a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they've like come from a different area in space, or do you think they've lived here forever?
Probably forever if they did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Do you believe
Or
it?
actually, that the pyramids were like used to like talk to other places or something like that. That like they're satellites or
And
something.
that's
like
why
that.
it's like aligned with Orion's
Yeah.
belt and stuff.
Ah, yeah.
Like Alpha Centauri, that always
Mhm,
comes up. Okay.
Or the
I like that
Stonehenge.
theory, too.
They're actually portals that they're the OG Stargates that bounce
Yeah.
around because we have a
But
Stonehenge
they only open up on certain dates because
Yeah.
it's built
Pier-
for like one thing. Yeah.
piercing the veil, crossing dimensions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's
going all
crazy how like,
CERN.
we know like all the stuff that the Egyptians did, but like we never
Wow.
like.
They don't want
Like,
that.
how are we so dumb right now? You know what I'm saying?
It's all
Yeah.
all done by purpose. All on
And it's
purpose,
like,
you know.
holy shit.
Do you think okay, because obviously like I don't know if you've seen those like Mesoamerica places where it's like built in a computer grid. Have you like seen aerial overheads of like Mesopotamia, anything like that? Like
I don't think
those-
so.
Okay, so there's like a couple of South African villages and like pyramid structures that are built in the shape of a superconductor or like a microchip, right? Looks like a computer chip from above when you zoom out.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of people that think they like generated power through the pyramids. So like if you put all of that together, like they might have had, not that they would have had supercomputers in their phones and their handheld devices, but they might have been able to use the entire village as like a superconductor.
Yeah, the
And they would have been able to like do
electromagnetic
calculations.
sphere all
And that's
around
what I'm
everything,
saying.
yep.
They
EMFs.
think about like all that,
Yeah.
but then like us right now, it's like we're not doing. I feel like we're not. At
I
that.
feel like we're doing a lot
It's
now,
like we
though,
are,
too.
but,
We did
like-
get to the moon, supposedly, right?
I do like that conspiracy too
Okay.
because it started to unfold like crazy.
Yeah.
Why
He's
do
like,
you- why do
I've
you
listened
Stanley
to Red
Kubrick's
Hot
dead?"
Chili Peppers before. Hollywood basement, baby. You know.
Mhm.
But Kubrick did it, right?
Yeah, that's why he's dead. You
And
can't.
then everybody's like, "Well, how was there a camera on the moon taking the video of him getting the step off?"
Yeah, first step
Yeah.
for
And I
mankind.
was
Wouldn't it be
like,
the
oh,
second?
No
that's fucking
wave-
me up right now.
Oh, there was a wave in the flag. Oh, that shouldn't happen in zero
Yeah,
gravity.
yep.
Okay, all right.
Or when you watch when they're on the space station, you see all the women's hair. Like they show the comparison where they're flying up in the airplane where they can get that zero gravity. But when they're on the International Space Station, all their hair looks like it's slicked back. They hit it hard with the hairspray.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's and then you see the wire cables when they're in the International Space Station
And then
spinning
they
around in
like
circles.
green screen it
But like,
out.
'cause
Oh,
think
yeah.
of that era, like that would have been like something that like they would believe. You know what I'm saying? Seeing
Yeah,
on TV.
because you get
Oh, then you get-
one.
They never thought about like 30
You have,
years
like-
later, people questioning it. Like,
Yeah.
holy
Right.
fuck, this looks like the worst CGI movie I've ever seen.
Similar to watching the
you,
planes
you
going
have
9/11,
one
you know?
news channel, and if they're gonna tell you the truth,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So like
There's 3 channels.
We landed
Yeah.
on the moon today.
ABC, NBC, and MSNBC all reported it. It's real. Okay, you're the conspiracy theorist for not believing it.
Right.
I think it's that one's a really fun one to me because I think we've been there. I think we've like gone to the moon, but I don't think we got video back. So like I think they filmed it in like a basement and they were like, okay, like this is gonna get as much CGI as we can get. We're gonna get the best people on the case. CIA is gonna like fake people's even facial structures, all of that stuff. You get the best makeup artists ever, best CGI people at the time. And then I think they filmed it in the basement and then like, you know, broadcasted that. So it was like cinematic. I mean, even the line like first step for man, giant leap for mankind, like
That wasn't the first.
Straight out of a
no,
movie.
script.
so like
Mhm.
you know, Buzz Aldrin was probably like, I was
Some
on the moon,
unknown
like what the
actor.
fuck is this? Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
1969, like, oh, this is so cool. It's like,
We
it
never
didn't
heard of
happen.
Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah.
What a name.
So
Yeah. Neil
you know,
Armstrong to this day is like still says like I don't think
Yeah.
there's been multiple times where it's just like
He
we
slipped up
haven't been there.
But I
He's got
think,
but if you look at like
Oh.
all of the astronauts have stars on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood.
yeah.
They're the
Well,
one
like I said though, they could have filmed them with like like them as the actors, and then like the real people that like went there just couldn't get the video back
Mhm.
because of the technology
Yeah.
at the time. Right. So like there's a radiation belt between like the
the moon.
I definitely
moon,
believe
yeah.
we've been there, like
Yeah.
by now, like especially by now, like
yeah. It would make it like because India was just
But why
there
won't we
not
go
that
back?
long
Why,
ago.
why haven't
China
we been
was
developing
there.
a space? Why do you think they destroyed the Challenger? Because it, like the lies would come true. They get to the firmament and it's like, well, fuck, we can't go any further.
The firmament, yeah.
Yeah.
Flat Earth theory, man. Yeah. I like to think that we've been there and just didn't get like the footage back, and then they just kind of like improvised the footage. I that's what I would do as like a government. I'd be like, yeah, we went there, we definitely did. Here's a video of it, but the video is not real. You can like debunk it if you really want to, but just so you know, like we do have a flag up there. So like when you do get up there, there will be a flag, and you'll see it. You'll see it. That's my dick up there. Like that's we landed a fucking
You
rocket.
can't see what's
man.
on
Like,
the flag.
that's
all right?
a phallic object that we sent up to the moon, man. Like, yeah, panspermia, baby.
If,
like,
if
we
I'm gonna
put
go up
cum
to the
there.
moon, I'm gonna stamp out a big old dick and make it like 100
Oh,
yards wide.
massive.
It's like so when
You can
people are
see it
looking,
through a
it's like,
telescope.
yeah, exactly. Why wouldn't you want to do that? It's like that's a
carve
big,
it out with craters.
yeah, right.
There's a guy up on the moon. It's like you carving a penis in the spray painting a penis. It's
do
like,
because you
400
could do it like
miles.
5 or 6 miles long.
Yeah, you could do
and
it huge, and you could see it. Yeah.
That's an upside. It
It's
is like this
hilarious when
way.
it's only like half a moon. It's just the tip.
We just got the tip tonight. Thank you, folks, for tuning in.
Well, you
tonight.
don't want to go to the dark side, okay? That shit don't turn.
Yeah, you don't want to see the muffler.
Yeah. Yeah, you do not want to see the brown carpet, man. Like- yeah, there's aliens over there, actually. So, you know.
That's why we never met him.
It's a
All right.
hologram. Yeah, it's a piece of cheese.
But
Lot
did you
more than
see
cheese coming
the
out of
other
that
side of the
one.
moon. There's Transformers.
Yeah, Dark of the Moon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah, Starscream. Yeah,
Should
let's
have
go
seen
for
it
it.
coming. Yeah.
Oh man.
It is a fun conspiracy theory, but yeah, I don't know. We'll probably make it to Mars at some point, right?
You
Like
would
that.
think, like, why not already?
Well, because
Well, the rover's supposedly been there, but then there you got people like, they were actually just in Iceland. So I was like,
yeah, just
Yeah,
like a
sh-
photo with like a green, like an orange tint.
yeah, no, a filter. That's all it is.
Better than what
essentially.
I could do with Photoshop. I can tell you that much. No, I imagine that we will go to Mars in the next like 10 years, and it'll be the way that Elon is saying. He's trying to time like the closest like
Rotation.
rotation around
That's
the
real.
sun with both planets at the same time. So it's like I don't know how like the distance apparently closes like 0.5% or whatever it is, and yeah, he's gonna try to close it, but 2028 or 2025, I don't remember the year, but that's when he's trying to
One
make
of
it.
those is right now.
2025 is
Yeah.
probably already happened by the time this podcast airs.
Or happening right now.
Yeah, like it could be. We could be watching it on live TV.
But when we want to be in space by time it gets the closest place to Earth, and it's like, if you're saying that's where the closest time in reality, we're going to be close to Mars. That's coming up. So it's like by time we even launch, it'll be further out than we were when we initially launched.
Yeah, I don't know what
Because
the.
the
He'll do
idea
the
is,
math.
yeah,
I'm not smart.
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah,
but
like
he will.
I didn't even go to school, dude. Like I don't know. I like the odds though. I mean, hey, if we make it to Mars,
The paper
at some
says I
point-
went to school, but did I?
yeah.
What paper do you talk about?
The school got the federal money.
You know, my
Yeah.
diploma.
Yeah,
It says
yeah.
I went to school, but did I?
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. I'll probably pay somebody to forge mine if I need to do that at any point. I'll become a school teacher or something. Anyways,
We got Trey here. He'll write you out a diploma. It's like, you passed first grade.
I'm going
Yeah.
Billy Madison. Let's go back. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go.
I am Pedro, a $20 bill.
Bet.
Heck yeah, man.
What was it? Two weeks in each grade or whatever. I'll do
Yeah.
it. Let's do it.
What an insane concept for a movie.
That's our movie idea.
But it's a horror
But
film.
it's a horror film, and he doesn't ever pass.
Dude, Adam Sandler
I
back
can't
in the
take a
90s.
nap.
Do you guys ever? You guys may be too young for this, but you guys ever listen to any of his Adam Sandler's
I'm
albums?
dying, dude.
Dude, they're classic. If you can find his old CDs, they're just phenomenal. Especially when they had David Spade, Chris Farley, all of their skits and stuff like that on, because that's how they got their comedy out back in the day. It's like
SNL,
either you made
man.
it.
They
yeah,
were all
well,
on SNL.
Yeah, but it's like I'm talking about their comedy albums that are uncensored. It's like their shit is hilarious. My stepdad was big into Adam Sandler, so we had his entire discography. It was phenomenal because it's like not, but like trying to get those now, good luck.
Or like a Dane Cook or
Shout out Dane.
yeah.
Trey, who's your favorite comedian?
Oh. Either probably Dave Chappelle, actually.
Okay.
I grew up with Dave Chappelle.
Honestly, one of the best answers ever. Oh man. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Did you like his last special?
I didn't watch his like last special.
Okay. All right.
I watched maybe like because he's done like what 3 with Netflix.
He has done
Two
two
or three, yeah.
I think he did
I
one.
thought that was up to 4.
Two
Maybe
or-
it's only
He's
2 or
done
3.
like
Because I know they did a part 1, part 2 for
He
his
did a
first one.
YouTube.
and I think that's the one I saw.
Yeah.
Part 1, part 2.
Oh, okay.
So
all
if
right,
he's
that
done
would
more
be
than
it.
that, then no.
I think there's
okay.
2 more after that. Then yeah.
Dude,
All
I
right,
got
so
to see
3 with
David
Netflix.
Chappelle up in Minneapolis because like this was 2023. He did a whole special where they had Usher. This is right after his transgender joke bombed, and then like the left tried to
Oh
cancel
yeah,
him.
after the special.
Yeah,
The LGBT
but it's like
yeah,
he did
joke,
something a little bit lower key. It's
hilarious.
like we thought we were going to go see a comedy show, but it turned out to be a variety show because they had Usher, Justin Bieber on there. He sang for like an hour. Like David Chappelle actually sang, but I think he was faded. He was pretty fucked up. He was pretty faded. But he was singing.
It was more
going-
like a karaoke
he-
session, but
he
it
put together a whole short about how he was still doing comedy in Ohio, and he wanted to
That's
do
what
a
I
whole.
grew up on, like his shorts and his comedy skits.
Man, just to see him live
God.
back
Him
in the
on the-
90s
yeah.
in
Got him on
NYC.
that.
But have you guys seen Men in Tights? Please tell me you've
He
seen
like
Men in
fills
Tights.
the glass. And
Okay,
it
it's like,
runs.
if you're David
Yeah.
Chappelle, you've had to see
Yeah.
that one. And then DJ Jazzy Jeff as the rapper in that one. It's like it's just a fucking classic.
Men in Tights
Mel
is
Brooks,
great.
oh man, he was
That
he
is
was
such
at
a funny movie. It's so funny.
Dracula
so
Dead
funny.
Loving It with Liam Neeson is like fucking greats, man. The only downside is
that's
like
a really good answer, but I can't top that.
we'll never see Blazing Saddles again. Not until we get past this DEI movement.
I don't really want to see that movie again. No, I'm kidding.
But but that type
I'm kidding.
of comedy.
It's funny. Yeah.
Because because now it's like if they came out Blazing Saddles now, it was just straight up making fun
What we
of the
won't get for
transgender
a
movement.
very long time is gonna be like a Blue Mountain State type comedy. We will not see that in our lifetimes again. I don't think it's gonna take
It's
so
gonna
long
be, it's
before
gonna
the
be too
needle
hard to
has-
not offend people anymore.
It's too many.
Or like a
it's
South- or-
it's
Goated.
women hating now,
Or
so
like-
like everything
or
is
like
bad.
a-
Frat boys are bad.
Or another South Park. Like we
Yeah.
will never have the original South Park.
Yeah, people are way too soft these days.
Do you think
like-
South Park has gone soft over
No.
the years?
No.
Okay,
No.
yeah. So
No,
we
they
never
went hard,
really,
especially with Catherine Kennedy. Let's
Yeah.
make it gay and throw a woman in there.
we never really got rid of the original South Park.
No,
So,
but
like,
I think a little
it
bit,
has
but not
gone
really.
off a little bit.
Yeah.
Instead of doing
Yeah.
30-minute
I feel like
episodes,
The
they're
hour
doing
specials.
It's kinda
hour,
like
2-hour
Family Guy.
movies.
How they
Like,
had, like,
But it's a way to
plot at
cheat
the
the movie
beginning,
system.
then it
You know, it's
kinda,
a
like,
way to cheat
went to,
the
like,
the
every-
I get
theaters.
it. No, and I get it. But it's
Yeah.
like I just want the episodes, man. They were. I think they were funnier than the movies or like these
Specials.
hour
Yeah.
specials. Like
I think it's South
you're
Park.
trying to cram too much into a
The
special.
episode where the guy's trying to get them to read, so he's just like fucking chickens or something.
I remember playing South Park 64. That's like how far I've gone back, man. I watched like the first 7 seasons back every single fucking week.
Yeah,
Back in '97, all the way
Drugs are
until
bad and gay, you
2005,
know?
yeah.
I'm trying to think of
everybody
like
okay.
they kind of lost their touch before the pandemic, and then they were like able to kind of recover. But it
Well,
was
because
like
they had no one had anything to do, but so they're
Yeah.
just gonna like, oh, we're gonna
But
drop content.
definitely like the seasons between like 2015 and 2020 were like not good, and I think a lot
No,
of
not
people
at
can
all.
probably
No,
say
they
that.
were tough.
Yeah.
They were tough.
I think they planned for like a different outcome, and then it didn't.
But I
happen,
think
and it just,
all
like, went
shows during
downhill.
that time kind of fell off. Like The Simpsons
That
did
might
too.
be everything.
Simpsons
Family Guy.
Like,
plummeted
There was a
since like
restrict
2012.
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
He had just
2009,
mentioned
yeah.
Family Guy.
Family Guy
like that
dropped,
definitely was a
Futurama
thing.
dropped
like,
off,
yeah.
and then the
And
reboots.
then
like,
they
it's just-
reboot. It's kind of garbage. Like,
Futurama. Wait, hold up.
They
They
rebooted
rebooted. They
I used to
rebooted.
love Futurama. It's so
but the
good.
reboot's kind of trash.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it
not that
is.
good. It's not
the
good.
same. It's not the
It
same.
can't. It couldn't be. Couldn't
Yeah.
be the same.
Like it's the best resurgence of like kind of that grungy comedy with
Yeah, maybe
Rick and
that
Morty
should've
and
been my answer.
Solar Opposites.
That would have been a great answer for a reboot, man. The original Futurama.
They tried to reboot Beavis and Butthead too, and it kind of flopped too.
Yep.
You know,
It's because you can't make the
you
same
can't
kind of
beat the
jokes.
original.
Yeah.
You can't beat
I'm
the original.
glad they haven't touched like Eon Flux or Daria. It's like please
the
leave them
problem-
Oh,
alone.
dude, Daria's a great show.
Dude, the
Give me
the
a new
problem.
Rocket
Doug
Power.
and Doug, you know.
Rocket Power.
Give me
would
a
be
new
fire.
Rocket
I love
Power.
Rocket
Rocket Power would be sick. Code,
Oh, they're
code
trying to
name
relaunch
Kids
in
Next.
TRL. That was trash.
Code name Kids Next Door.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
So
That'd
I
be
read
good.
summer,
that.
like
Give me a
summer
new
camp,
Courage.
and
Courage the
I
Cowardly
go down every
Dog.
summer to
Oh
put the new
man,
generation
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Give me a new Courage.
That's sick.
Courage
Yeah,
the
dude, that's
Cowardly Dog.
terrifying, dude.
Give me a
Oh
new
my
one.
God.
Let's go. Yes.
I
That's
love
our new
Courage.
horror
That's
movie.
our horror movie.
That's our horror
That's how we
movie.
wrap it up. All right, we have Courage the Cowardly Dog in real life.
Rocco's Modern Life, but just carnivore.
How did we get?
cannibalistic?
Oh, dude, that'd be crazy.
How did we
Yeah,
get the
right?
rights
Whoa,
to
what was
Courage
that
the
one?
Cowardly
Ren and
Dog?
Stumpy? They were actually
Isn't there a
eating
limit?
ass.
Like 20
50
years
years
or
or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Saw Wood
Copyright.
was like,
We'll
no
wait for
sex.
trademark.
Oh, right.
My God, I was like,
Yeah,
I
wait.
watched it a few years ago.
We'll
just
pitch
like,
it to 'em,
dude,
yeah.
this is not appropriate. When I was watching
just
this as
gotta
a,
wait.
as a 13-year-old, you know, 12-year-old. Oh man,
We'll get it. Oh man.
Dude, with the Return the Lamb. or the one with the moon. Oh my god.
my
dude.
God,
Any- dude.
Any of them. You could do a full length on it. You could do your
Ren and
90
Stimpy
minute.
was so raunchy.
We could do a 90
Or
minute
you ever
feature.
watch the show Cow and Chicken?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's messed
dude.
up.
Oh, yeah.
Ren and Stimpy where they're literally eating ass.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, that show is wild.
They were eating ass.
They were doing a lot of
They're doing a lot of crazy stuff.
They were doing that.
Yeah.
Saw and
I
Wood,
watched-
and it looks like anal sex. Like,
They were
yeah,
doing
man,
that
like-
early. They were on the train
Oh,
before
dude.
I even knew about
They
it.
were
that
cutting
was,
edge.
like,
They were cutting
putting it
edge.
right in
Cutting
your
edge.
face.
Yeah, that's
Dude, it's
nuts.
like watching it when I was a teenager and watching it when I was in mid my
Like,
30s. Like,
goddamn.
I should not have been watching this because now it's like
Damn.
when I'm, you're in an elevated state and you watch like
insane.
this shit was fucking horrible for kids to
Crazy.
watch.
Crazy.
Nowadays, it's all subliminal messaging about DEI and ESG and all other shit like that. Like that was inappropriate. The stuff we have now is even far worse.
That's like Big Mouth kind of though.
That shit's
Dude,
hilarious.
I
though.
can't, okay,
critic?
so you're gonna hate me, but I
No, I
can't.
bet you I won't.
Trey, I can't watch that show because it's about
Absolutely not.
children.
It's
That's
good.
fair,
The
that's
first
fair.
two seasons are good, but when they start talking and showing private,
Oh yeah,
parts,
that's
Dude,
how.
that's when
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
this
Big Mouth?
show is
It's
insane.
underage
I see-
people, dude.
It's
Like
so
it's
weird.
it
No,
dips
dude.
It's
right
like
into that
Nick Cole. It's like, I'm a
pedophilia.
pedophile. It's like I'm gonna let everybody know I'm a pedophile, but I'm gonna get away with
Trey,
it.
it dips right into anime. Okay.
Yeah, no, honestly, like the first two seasons, it's like about like growing up as a kid,
Which
and
is
it's,
yeah.
cool.
it's relatable
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
good.
Sure.
But then,
Then
all that
3
other
and
stuff,
4,
I was like,
It
okay,
got gross.
no.
It's
Yeah.
like
It's
Yeah.
like I don't need
Not
to see this
okay.
little girl's vagina talk
Not
to her.
okay.
That's so
yeah,
weird.
or the
Yeah.
penis scene and stuff like that. On
Yeah.
a minor,
And,
it's
like,
like
the sex monsters were hilarious.
Yeah.
and like they still were throughout the thing, and then like they got their own like side
oh
spin-off.
HR. Yeah,
Yeah, like HR, and that was funny because there was no.
Well, that's an,
weird
There's no
parts.
kids.
that's
Yeah,
an
there's no kids.
adult show. At
Yeah,
that point,
dude.
everybody's an
Well,
adult.
that's the
like,
problem with Big Mouth. It's like it's an adult show,
But-
very clearly.
why are they children?
Well, because it's weird people
'Cause it's
watching
weird
it.
Hollywood,
it's
dude.
it's the people who would
Nick
watch
Kroll
like
had
that.
He sold his soul, man.
You guys remember like what was it on Netflix? The Cuties, I think it was.
Oh yeah,
it
there
was
a
like
big,
there was
like
a
big
huge
uproar
uproar about that. That was years
wasn't
ago.
that the dancing show where all the young kids?
all
Yeah.
the young girls,
Girls?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And,
And they
you
wouldn't take
you
it off.
know for a fact that only like perverts in their 30s were watching that.
Yes, dude, and that's
And-
so weird.
It's so weird.
They're
Like,
normalizing pedophilia, man. They're working
But
hard
it's
on
like-
it.
you can't
Why?
do that though. You can't.
They're doing it, man. They're doing it. Look across the board. We're all-
North Korea is literally like, hey, come and have sex with our women. We have a
Well,
population. Go
dude,
over
like,
there and do.
This
your
is like
sex.
the oddest thing to me, and I think that's why I don't watch anime. But like, it's the age of consent in Japan was 13
Yeah,
up
it's-
until
it's
2
different.
years ago, I think. And I know like the culture is different. They don't even have sex
no,
over
dude,
there.
it's-
I don't
it's
even know
so
what's
weird.
going on over
It
there.
doesn't matter.
No,
But
they-
you look at it any way you want to cut the pie. I don't like it. So
Yeah,
it's
no,
like, you
it's
know,
pretty bad.
that's why I
watch
never.
animes, but like not like.
I watch like Baki. I'll watch
Yeah,
like the ones
like,
that
I
are
like
like
Vampire Hunter D.
Dragon Ball Z.
Like
you
some people
you give
say
me
like
action
weird
packed.
takes, like oh
But-
schoolgirl this, and I'm like that's weird.
Yeah.
like
Like I think the weirdest I'll go is like High School of the Dead, and then anything
Yeah.
before that or after that,
It's
I'm
like,
done
I just
with.
wanna watch
Like,
you with some
I want to watch.
swords. Like,
I want to watch.
bullshit.
Give me some
I want to
Princess
watch
Mononoke.
Spyros.
Yeah.
You know, I want to watch some like body horror. I want to watch Berserk. You know
Yes,
what I
dude,
mean?
I've been
Death
watching
Note?
Berserk.
Oh,
Death Note's a
I love
classic.
Death Note.
have
Right
you
one.
seen the?
Tokyo Ghoul?
Have
Tokyo
you
Has anybody
seen-
seen Vampire Hunter D from back in '84?
That's a long. That sounds like a long time ago.
80, yeah, that's 40 years ago.
I wouldn't even lie.
But it's
I
that
was
was
even
but it was the
that
same
before.
studio that Princess Mononoke, the Howl's Moving Castle, like
Oh, yeah.
Porco.
Okay.
I mean, that whole studios did all those movies.
Studio
like,
Ghibli.
Studio Ghibli, yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys
They
have
do-
been a really
what's it
good job
called?
of staying with
Spirit Away.
Spirited Away.
Yes, dude.
yeah.
That's a great.
the one with the
movie.
horse. No.
That is also Spirited
Spirited
Away.
Away,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
that
Spirit.
is also.
That's a
Spirit.
different movie.
That's-
Different
that's
movie.
no,
That's
Disney, or is that
something.
Disney, I
Pixar?
think.
or is
yeah.
it Pixar?
That's so funny.
I don't
Spirited Away is a.
Or no,
it's a
I thought it was
good
Dream.
movie.
That's really funny.
Dream.
Sorry.
Great take.
It sucks
Oh,
that it's
man.
like the only
back,
place.
back to our horror movie idea. I think
Oh,
we.
Hurt?
I think we take the game and do 2 Nights at Diddy's.
No.
What a horror movie!
Real life horror.
Oh.
Yeah,
What
it's
a
too
horror
real.
movie.
Super realistic.
But
Make it about Justin
you're the
Bieber.
12-year-old
Diddy's
killing
house
everybody.
on Epstein Island.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
And you wake
Horror
up with
movie.
You
Diddy
can't
behind
go
you.
anywhere. It's like isolation.
Horror cuts
It's
horror
like,
movie.
fucked up.
dude, it's like a new The Thing.
Horror
You're
movie.
isolated out in the middle of nowhere.
It's like
you can't
Get Out,
it.
but
Yeah.
you can't get out.
You can't go.
Nope.
Nope. Can't go
But
anywhere.
Diddy's in your blood, so you have to. The only way you test is using fire
You have to use a lot of lube.
with GHB.
Yes. A lot of baby lotion.
You
Sorry,
just like
next topic,
tons.
Mr.
and
Beast
one,
collab.
and one of the meta games is counting how many bottles
Dr.
you find.
Disrespect showed up. What the heck?
Figures.
Mr. Bean shows
Figures.
up with Delaware. No, Delaware's a
Wait,
special.
Maury's here? What the fuck?
Special
Right?
guest.
Yeah, right. Oh, Jay-Z and Beyonce is the main boss. No,
The main
Oprah's the main boss.
She's got like a Hellraiser cube, and
You
she's
get
like
one,
picking
you get
Yeah.
one, you get
Oprah's
one.
like the only not huge celebrity not targeted. Isn't that kind of weird?
She was targeted with The Rock.
But
Oh,
like
yeah.
it just went away.
Oh
Yeah. Like the Maui Fire stuff. They
Like,
just
everything
like
just
they
went
just
away.
pocketed the cash and left,
yeah.
and then did another movie.
I'm
like
gonna
the red
confiscate
one.
this.
Yeah.
Nothing comes about it.
No.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah. No charity giving. Oh man.
Thanks.
Oh man.
He's probably the head leader of the Illuminati. What a
Oprah.
perfect fit.
Oprah's, yeah.
Nobody would ever suspect
You get a
it.
car.
You better
get
watch
a car.
out.
I'm the Illuminati.
You know what's like? I think
That was
that
a
the main
subliminal
person.
message.
Jay-Z and
Yeah.
Beyonce are just the scapegoat, so you don't
No.
look at Oprah.
So what do you think? Like we got Diddy as the rap game. What do you think about thoughts about Dolly Parton being the country game? She's been untouchable for decades.
Sure.
That'd be a good one.
That's
Dolly
a
Parton.
heck of a one. Or Reba McEntire. That's deep too.
Used to love this
Would.
show.
What?
Mhm.
All right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Those-
who's the
That
those
show
best.
was
are-
hilarious. So
But there's gotta be. There's
Honorable
always gonna be that
mentions,
one.
Roseanne.
Dude, it's definitely Tim McGraw. They killed him early or whatever. That's what it was. They killed him
He's
with a
a
heart
bot
attack
now.
gun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Faith Hill too, his wife. Or no, she married Garth Brooks. But I think I like Tony Segura's take. on it.
Or-
Face with Tim.
Tim. Oh, so who's with Garth Brooks then? That murderer. If that's
That murderer.
that's
Trisha.
fun.
Trisha.
Yearwood. But
Yeah.
have you heard about Thomas Segura's theory? Thomas Segura thinks like he's actually started doing the research on like matching up missing people whenever Garth Brooks comes in
Brooks
town.
is in town.
Yeah, I think like his Chris Gaines character back in like 98, 99 is his alter ego of killing people. Like Mr. Brooks is Garth Brooks' movie.
That'd be crazy.
If you ever want to watch a twist movie, it's with Demi Moore, Dane Cook, oddly enough,
Oh shit.
and what's his face,
Boy of the month.
Kevin Costner. But it's like when Kevin Costner's a split. But I think I'm the same thing. I'm following the same line with Thomas Segura. Like I think he's a serial killer because there's a lot of bodies that match up his tour events.
Yeah. Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. Guys, if you
Yeah,
haven't already,
that's a
click
good
that
one.
subscribe button, click that notification bell down below. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the pod.
Right? Yeah.
B tier pod. Man, we talked about a lot tonight. I can't wait to go back and watch this
Edit
and
this
then
shit.
release it in like March 14th or March 21st, whatever we're up to.
We're like June now.
Happy St.
Yeah.
Patty's Day.